Have you ever found yourself in the voting booth wishing you knew more about the ballot measures you're looking at? The University of Arkansas System Division of Agriculture's Public Policy Center is here to help. For every statewide election since 2004, we've analyzed the issues and put together voter guides and other resources to help you make a more informed decision. There are many proposals on the statewide general election ballot this year. With this video, we offer you a neutral summary of what you might see on Election Day. For more information, you'll want to check out our voter guide.
Issue 1 is a proposed constitutional amendment that would change 4 parts of the Arkansas Constitution. I'll walk you through the proposed changes, but check out our voter guide that goes into more detail about each issue. This proposal would prohibit attorneys from receiving a contingency fee that is more than 1/3 the amount of money that a client receives in a lawsuit. What is a contingency fee? It's payment an attorney receives only if a lawsuit is won, unlike a fixed fee that a client owes regardless of the case's outcome. Issue 1 would also limit an injured person or their beneficiary to receiving a maximum of $500,000 from lawsuits for things like pain and suffering or poor quality of life after an injury, death, or damage to property. Punitive damages in lawsuits would also be limited. The amount would be the greater of $500,000 or 3 times the amount of compensatory damages awarded. The legislature would have the authority to increase these limits in the future. Punitive damages are awarded in lawsuits to punish and deter wrongful behavior. Issue 1 would also give state senators and representatives more authority to create, change, or delete court rules. Currently, the state Supreme Court has that authority. The number of state legislators required to make changes to court rules would be lowered from 2/3 to 3/5 under this amendment.
Issue 2 is a proposed constitutional amendment that would require voters to present a photo ID as they vote to have their vote counted. It would require the state to issue photo IDs to voters free of charge for citizens who don't have other approved forms of ID. Under current law established by legislators, voters must present photo identification as a way of verifying their voter registration. This amendment would make photo ID requirements part of the state's constitution. Currently, the Constitution says you can vote if you're at least 18 years of age, a U.S. and Arkansas citizen, and registered to vote.
Issue 3 is a constitutional amendment that seeks to lower the number of years a state legislator can serve in office. The proposal would repeal existing term limits that voters approved in 2014, which gave state legislators the ability to serve up to 16 years total in office, whether in the House or Senate. Issue 3 would limit state representatives to 3 two-year terms for a total of 6 years. Senators would be limited to serving 2 four-year terms or a total of 8 years. Legislators could not serve more than a total of 10 years, including partial or special terms. Issue 3 would prohibit legislators from proposing future amendments to change these limits with a future ballot issue. Any future ballot measure could only occur through the citizen petition process. Arkansas voters will decide a proposed constitutional amendment involving casinos. The proposed amendment would allow 4 casinos to operate in the state. 1 at Oaklawn in Hot Springs, 1 at Southland in West Memphis, 1 in Jefferson County, and 1 in Pope County. Applicants interested in casinos in Pope and Jefferson counties would have to apply for a license and submit a letter of support from the county judge or quorum court if they want to operate in the county, and from a mayor if they are to locate in city limits. The amendment would put casinos under the authority of the Arkansas Racing Commission, which currently oversees gaming and betting at the 2 race parks. The casinos could operate any time of day and could serve alcohol any time of day. The 4 casinos would pay a tax to the state, county, and city where they operate based on how much money they collect in gaming after players' winnings are subtracted. Oaklawn and Southland would be also required to put some of their casino gaming profits toward prizes for horse and greyhound races, known as purses.
In the 2018 general election, voters will also be asked to consider an initiated act to increase the state's minimum wage. It would increase the minimum wage in January 2019 from the current rate of $8.50 an hour to $9.25 an hour. The minimum wage would increase to $10 in 2020 and finally to $11 in 2021. The minimum wage applies to businesses with 4 or more employees, with exceptions for some occupations and industries under state law. We hope this information will help you make a more informed decision on Election Day, November 6, 2018. This has been a very brief overview of the issues. For more detailed information, including what supporters and opponents are saying, please visit our website at uaex.edu/ballot or contact your county extension office.